Movie Wars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Movie Wars podcast. Woo! I'm Kyle.
I'm Seth.
I'm Mariana.
She's back.
From a couple of acting gigs.
Yeah.
Just stacking them up.
Oh my God. I actually just got cast in a movie. I forgot to tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I can't. Well, I didn't sign an NDA for this one, but I probably shouldn't talk about it.
Mariana B. Jordan over here.
There we
Yeah.
go. I'm fresh off the 54-hour film festival.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was the director of photography for a quick little 5-minute short film with puppets, which will be
Ooh.
appropriate for next week.
Puppets.
Spoiler alert, we're covering Muppet Treasure Island next week. But this week, the Oscars just happened 2 days ago. We're going to edit our reactions to how many wins this movie ends up getting. But we're doing Sinners today, which is now the record holder for the most Oscar nominations in history.
The most.
16 nominations.
It's a lot.
God, we've covered a lot of Oscars recently between Titanic, Ben-Hur, and Sinners. Like
Yeah.
It's like 40 nominations total.
Seriously. But hey, Matt is going to edit at least my reaction to how many it wins right now.
All right, let's talk Sinners. 16 nominations, 4 wins. I'm so incredibly happy for the ones that it won. Ludwig Göransson for Best Score. Absolutely incredible score, so great job there. Best Cinematography, which I could not be happier with. Autumn Durald Arkapaw, first woman to win Best Cinematography at the Academy Awards. Absolutely incredible. Good for you. Some of the best camera work I have ever seen in my life. Ryan Coogler won for Best Original Screenplay. I do wish he'd won for Best Director, but Paul Thomas Anderson is a fan favorite, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Still would have been really cool. And congratulations to Michael B. Jordan for winning Best Actor. I do think all 4 awards were very well won for them. I do think they should have won Best Director, Best Picture. There's some others that I can see why they didn't win, but yeah, I think overall the wins that they got are incredible. But it kind of follows that pattern that I've seen where the more awards you get nominated for, especially above 12, the least likely you are to actually win them all. But congratulations, Sinners. Very happy for everything. Back to the pod.
And we're back. That's
Yeah.
how I felt. So
Sinners. Well done.
thank you.
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. So if I say something completely out of control or you hear these two talking loud, because I might forget where I am.
It's fair. He doesn't do drugs, but he feels like it today.
I don't
Yeah.
do drugs because life is a drug.
Life is a drug trip.
That's right.
And I'm tired, so I am on drugs.
There we go.
There you go. We're all feeling
Yeah.
different levels today.
It's a weird day.
I got my frothy monkey, so I'm good
Oh,
to go.
I love
He's
the
good.
monkey.
Thank
Yeah.
God Seth's good.
Nashville original.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Still kicks a lot of ass,
It does.
even with these new pretentious ones coming
Yeah.
out. These new
Yeah.
coffee shops. Get frothy with us.
Go frothy.
Free advertising. You know, I maybe you share this sentiment. We kind of talked about this a little before we hit record. I was really afraid to see this movie, not because of anything related to it. But
Weirdly, me too, though. Like,
Yeah.
I've put it
Yeah.
off until now.
yeah, the hype was so real.
Yeah.
And-
yeah.
And you guys know me. I like new movies. I like one new movie a year.
Yeah.
Most of the time lately. Like I would much rather
So
rewatch
funny.
Taxi Driver for the 150th time
Yeah.
than go watch a new movie.
And I feel like for
Lately.
this year, you're holding out for the Odyssey.
Yes.
Like, that's going to be your,
Yes.
your good movie for the year.
Yes, I'm kind of shaking waiting for a new Nolan film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I finally saw this one, and I actually, it's funny that we decided to cover it because I had just watched it for the first time on a plane on a long flight like 2 months ago, and I loved it.
Yeah. Same.
And there's a lot to love.
Yeah.
It's so layered.
Mm.
My rewatch, and I actually was listening to another podcast about it. They were like, please pay more attention on your rewatch because you will actually pick up on some things you may not have. And it's true.
Oh, nice.
The mini cuts at the beginning that are almost Fight Club-esque with the splices of
Yeah.
the vampire.
Yeah.
And one thing I don't know if you guys agree, this movie at the midway point becomes a different movie.
100%. Absolutely.
It's like a historically accurate bootlegger film at the
Yeah.
beginning. Mississippi Delta blues, slavery, and you almost forget the heavy lifting that Michael B. Jordan is doing.
oh, yeah.
Wow. yeah.
That was my biggest takeaway from the rewatch was holy shit. And I am actually, and you know me, I don't like hyperbole, but I think Michael B. Jordan at this point deserves to be tossed into the arena. I'm not saying he is one of the best actors of all time yet, but he definitely is getting to a point where I'm like, he deserves to be in that conversation.
This, for me, was like Drive with Ryan Gosling has really shown me what Michael B. Jordan is capable of doing.
Yes.
Like, this was such... to play twins and to play each one as individual characters successfully.
Yeah.
Not many people have done that. Tom Hardy's really the only one that comes to mind who has done that convincingly. But the way not only he does that, but puts so many layers to two totally different people.
Yeah.
It's insane. It is so good. I think not especially him though, but everyone really brought all the acting chops everyone could have had to this movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, my biggest comparison for the twins part is to Jeremy Irons in Dead Ringers.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah, that came up in a lot of comparisons for this.
Yeah. Well, I just remember Jeremy Irons would like he would walk on his toes or his heels for each character to remember who he was.
That's cool.
Great calves.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. Basically a dancer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he blew me away. I love, and what I wanted to talk about before we even started the podcast, because I was so excited to talk about it. I love when they bring a horror into like the zeitgeist for the time. I love just like when everyone's talking about a horror movie, but this one is so like accessible and fun to watch.
Absolutely.
And it's just gorgeous.
And
like,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, just the cinematography. Like, we'll get there. I can't.
She
it's like
absolutely
eating.
crushed it.
Yeah, it's like eating cake. It's gorgeous.
So on that note, I'll just go ahead and pull out what could have been a rando, but I love this. They used the Ben-Hur lenses on this.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
For all the widescreen stuff.
Yes.
They're not the physically this, but they're the exact same model that they used for Ben-Hur.
So this would be the second time since Ben-Hur. They've been used.
Yeah, literally the only 3 movies that have utilized this technique are Ben-Hur, The Hateful Eight, and now Sinners.
Wait, did y'all notice something in the middle of the movie where when it goes to like the battle scene, the black parts of the rolls up?
They shot on 2 different cameras for all of the extra wide scenes. That's 65 millimeter film with anamorphic lenses, so you're getting a 1.76 to 1 aspect ratio. It's almost like, or I guess 2.76. It's almost a 3 to 1 aspect ratio.
Okay.
All the wide stuff shot on IMAX.
Yeah.
So when people, I'm so mad I wasn't able to see this in theaters. But when you go to IMAX, it's literally the full square format that you get from like Dune or a Christopher Nolan movie.
God.
So that's why they utilize both the widest and the tallest ways that you can shoot on 65 millimeter film, and it's so good, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have more to say on that?
No, I just wanted to. I was like, did I smoke too much?
No.
No.
Yeah. No. And that
Your
was one of my
TV did.
favorite transitions was when they're in the barn and then it slowly goes to the.
I was like, what's happening?
It was so good.
Oh my God.
And they also wanted to reserve the use of IMAX a lot for the music scenes because they wanted you to feel like you were at a concert in a way.
Which I will say, that was the only scene that really pulled me out of the movie. And I get what Ryan Coogler was trying to do with that really cool long shot where you're kind of all the different generations of Black culture are in the same room, kind of coinciding the timelines. I get what he was trying to do. Because it didn't happen in any way anywhere else, it kind of really pulled me out for like a minute. I was like, this is different. It doesn't feel like the rest of the movie, but it's still beautiful. But I don't know. It was just a little weird for me.
You know what's funny about that? That is the part where I locked in really hard. That was like, I loved it up until that point. But then when that happened, for some reason, like some key clicked in my head and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe it's just that's just who he was just doing it for me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, it was just me. He was like, this is for Mariana. That's it.
And I didn't hate it. It just
I get it though.
Because
I get that
it
criticism.
didn't happen anywhere else. If it had happened 1 or 2 more times, I would have been like, okay, cool. It's just a thing that's going to happen. That's fine.
Yeah.
To only put it in that one moment was just a little weird for me.
Yeah, I get that criticism because it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I loved it.
But I did love how it ended up kind of relating to the post-credit sequence. Like,
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. 2 hours of sleep.
He's not tired at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's do a little bit of the film history here. So this was actually inspired by an uncle to Coogler.
Oh.
He was a Mississippi Delta native who loved blues music, and he was mourning the death of his uncle, and that's where this idea came from. And it's interesting too, him coming out of doing Marvel movies.
Yeah.
He obviously,
And Creed.
yeah, like he really learned. I feel like he learned some stuff because this has the flavor of an indie film.
Yeah.
but it has the breadth
The
of a
execution.
big film.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's been a lot of videos on the hidden special effects throughout this movie.
Mhm.
You would not realize that like so much of this movie is actually special effects heavy. Just the scene where they're like walking through town and there's the train and there's the steam and everything. There's literally layer upon layer upon layer of visual effects that
Really?
you would just never notice.
It looks really good.
It looks like there are no visual effects. It looks so convincing. So I feel like that's kind of what he pulled out of doing the Marvel kind of stuff, was like, okay, how do I expand what we're able to do without spending the money on set?
Yeah.
And I think it worked so well.
Yeah, it grounded the movie a lot.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how you use visual effects to ground a movie, but he did it. He did it.
You make them not look cartoony, Marvel.
Yeah. And this is unfortunately one of the biggest things that came to surface, and there was a lot of coverage of this. We actually covered it a little bit on our Instagram, but there was a bidding war between Warner Brothers and Universal in 2024. Coogler had what they called extraordinary demands. First dollar gross participation, final cut, and copyright ownership reverting to him after 25 years. There was a serious objection from Warner Brothers here. They called the reversion clause, or it was strenuously objected to by Warner Brothers. But he did get these things. But the thing was that it blew up, and some executives, anonymous executives in industry, were talking about how it was a threat to the industry. I don't really understand all the dynamics of that because Tarantino has gotten this deal. Yeah. This deal has been given to other directors. This is not the first time.
Many other directors.
I'm not going to say I understand the magnitude of difference between the different deals, but this has been given out.
Here, I think is the main difference is in the grand scheme of things, Coogler is still considered a newer director.
Right.
He doesn't have the legacy that a Tarantino or even Christopher Nolan or a Steven Spielberg has. So, but I do think, especially looking at this conceptually, but also how it turned out, I do think he's proven himself. He has directed 2 of the highest grossing standalone Marvel movies. He has come from a solid indie background, successfully rebooted the Rocky franchise without making it feel stupid. Like, the dude has proven himself. I do think it's very appropriate that at this point, for a wholly original idea, it's not like he was taking other IP or adapting a book or something. This is fully original. I do think it's totally appropriate for him to get everything that he asked for in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he just knew how good it was going to be.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then the talent that was like associated with it, like, wow.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, no, this is going to be a dud, guys.
No. Everyone put everything they had into this movie.
Yeah.
And you could tell.
Yeah, and when you really study it and read why it was successful, it wasn't even really the marketing campaign. Word of mouth was huge.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
Yes, and that's actually how I learned more about the movie, because the trailer shows, if you remember the trailers, there were 3 main trailers for this film, and they really showed a lot of the end, the Tommy gun, the blood, the violence, but there is a solid hour of this movie that is almost historical bootlegger drama and family drama, which sets the stage for what happens later.
Yeah.
But the first half of the film is it's so well acted, it's almost a historical drama piece.
Yeah, which is my favorite kind of horror movie, is where, going into it, I knew it was going to be a horror movie, but if I just went in totally blind, I would not have guessed it had anything to do with vampires.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't set itself up to be something crazy. It genuinely wanted to take you by surprise. Like, the characters were taken by surprise.
Yeah. I had no idea what was going to happen because I don't watch trailers.
Yeah.
And I thought that Michael B. Jordan's characters were going to be the vampires because they're so well dressed.
Same.
Yeah.
They're so well dressed, and vampires are always well dressed.
Which honestly could have been a cool story, that like Al Capone was actually a vampire.
Yeah.
And then like all of his, and so he's kind of sending them out into the rest of the world and the country to like, it would have been a cool story.
Yeah.
This was amazing though. Like, the fact that, because I feel like I probably felt the same way, and it just totally subverted all expectations.
That's what I like about it, is that it just, I could not have in a million years guessed what this was going to be.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, this was greenlit at an $80 million budget, which ballooned to around $105 million.
Which is not bad considering how much we've seen other movies just explode budget-wise.
His original vision for this was to be a small $5 million budget, fixed camera, like a very small camera setup.
Yeah.
And obviously that went off the rails pretty quickly. He did end up paying roughly $20 million out of his own pocket to cover the overages.
Oh, I mean, good for him then. Yes, then 100% you deserve everything you asked for, dude.
Yeah.
Like, fuck them.
I know, and I'm sorry you had $20 million laying around to plop down. That's a very Coppola thing to do,
that
by
Marvel
the way.
money.
Yeah, that's that
Marvel.
Marvel.
Black Panther money.
Yeah, yeah. And I talked to a lot of people that those are their favorite Marvel movies. Like they love. I don't care about Marvel, so I'm like, sure, I'm sure they're great in the Marvel.
I enjoyed
world.
the story of the first Black Panther, but unfortunately, Marvel shafted him with the VFX budget, and everything just looked very cartoony.
Really?
Yeah. But I blame, especially seeing his other work, I fully blame Marvel for that.
Sure. Oh yeah. It took 66 days to film entirely.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh my
entirely
God.
in Louisiana, 100-degree heat, 80% humidity. The juke joint was built on an old golf course that was abandoned since Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, nice.
It was surrounded by water moccasins, alligators, ragweed. It's amazing how much was done with special effects, because it's like, we're going to do a lot of special effects, but we're still going to have water moccasins and alligators around. So we can't do anything about those. But we are going to put your lives in danger.
There we go.
Yes, which I like, though.
Apocalypse Now, just at home.
Yes. And then it opened to 48 million, crushed projections by about 30 to 40 million. It only dropped 4.9% the second weekend, which is the third best sophomore hold of all time, behind Shrek and Avatar. So those two films had a slightly higher retention rate from week 1 to week 2. Damn. Final gross, 369 million worldwide.
Nice.
Which is crazy. One point that came up in my research that people were asking was only 89 million of that is worldwide.
Ooh.
Whoa, okay.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
You don't usually, a lot of films that we cover have either equal or it catches wind worldwide that makes up for the shortfall. Yeah. But in this case, it looks like it was about an estimated $89 million.
My guess is a lot of that has to do with the resurgence of IMAX, because for a long time there, IMAX was just expanded widescreen unless you were watching a Christopher Nolan movie. And so many directors, Paul Thomas Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, not quite with IMAX, but definitely with 70 millimeter, Denis Villeneuve, like so many other directors are starting to adopt the IMAX film format that it kind of gains its own cult following just because it's an IMAX film.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that had a lot to do with it here in America.
Yeah. And you'll love this. Last part of the history is the only CinemaScore film of an A ever given to a horror movie.
Oh,
whoa.
Hell, that's insane.
I know. Well, Friday the 13th 5 was close. And Halloween 7 was close. And
I mean, Scream 5.
Bride of Chucky was right there. It was
Scary Movie 5.
It's funny because it's just funny. I don't even consider any of those horror movies. Like, those are cute little popcorn films.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Those are like children's popcorn movies.
I didn't exactly pull out the deepest of cuts for those jokes, but they were jokes.
Yeah.
They attempted to be jokes.
Very funny.
2 hours of sleep. They attempted to be
funny.
jokes.
Here we
They're
go.
funny.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
That's incredible.
Again, this is one of my, I love that when horror movies become these like zeitgeist things. Because then more people understand you don't have to be a broken person to like horror. Like I love horror. I'm not insane.
I think it comes down to, and we've talked about this so much with so many good movies, the simplicity of the story.
Yeah.
The plot was literally two brothers running away from the gangs of Chicago to start a juke joint in their hometown. Yeah. That's it. That's the entire story. And then shit ensues. Like that's it. And I think that's why it translates so well, because it truly becomes about each of the individual characters and what their pasts have been, who their lovers have been, and how that's affecting the decisions they're making right now.
Yeah. And one thing we don't talk about is there's moments where this movie's hilarious too.
Oh yeah.
The humor is top notch.
Absolutely.
It's infrequent, but where it chooses to be funny, it's a perfect release of tension.
Yep. Yeah, that's the best part of horror, honestly. Is the best use of comedy, I feel like, in contemporary horror.
I mean, yeah, because I don't know. I think every good horror movie has to have those instances of humor. Otherwise, you just get so bogged down in the fear and the drama of everything.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch any of the VHS series, there's no humor. So
The first one has quite a few good moments, in my opinion.
I need to rewatch that one. I'm on I've seen they're out 8 now. So
Yeah.
it's been a while since
Yeah.
I've seen the first one. But anyway,
But maybe there's a Celtic vampire knocking at your door, and you're like, I think he's gonna suck my blood, but I love the accent, and you're torn.
Yeah.
Close that door. Maybe think about it. Listen to Movie Wars, and just share Movie Wars.
Absolutely.
If this was 1932, which is the year this film takes place, and you don't have an iPhone to send Movie Wars, message in a bottle never hurt anybody.
Carrier pigeon.
Yeah, it was filmed in Louisiana. There's bogs, there's swamps. You can float it across. There are multiple ways.
Yeah.
It's easier than ever to share Movie Wars. You just open up your favorite podcasting app, Apple, Pocket Cast, Spotify. There's 70,000 of them.
Strap it on the back of a dragonfly. I don't know.
Yes. I pull up the analytics for this podcast and I'll see a new one. It's like, podcast.blog.ai had 1 download this week. So there are thousands of ways to share. Do it. Don't lose your blood to a Celtic vampire.
Boom.
Boom. Randos. Speaking of Irish, Jack O'Connell's Irish dancing was real.
I
yes, it
assumed
was.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I assumed it wasn't just him
was.
faking it.
I know O'Connell does not sound like an Irish name, but apparently he has very real Irish heritage. And his dad enrolled him in Irish dance lessons as a kid in Derby, England. And then he said, I don't think anyone knew. There's probably 3 people in my adult life who knew that about me. But then he walked onto a $100 million film set, and nobody knew that he could dance like that.
That's
is
amazing.
what he said. So
Have you ever watched someone do Irish step dancing in person?
yeah,
It is magic.
It's
It is
wild.
Last time I went to Ireland, I was in a tiny little fishing village called Dingle. Great little place.
oh, one of my friends is from Dingle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And I was hanging out with some people I'd met, and we went to one of the local pubs. We're drinking, eating, and then out of nowhere, one of the bartenders brings out a piece of plywood, throws it on the ground, throws on some tap shoes. Turns out he is a world champion Irish step dancer.
Amazing.
Just giving us a free show in the middle of
Dang.
this pub. It was insane.
yeah.
Wow.
Well,
30 straight minutes.
wow.
Continuing my tradition of shitting on the new Nashville. When I first moved here, when did you guys move here?
2012.
10 years ago.
Okay. I moved here in 2009, and my favorite places to go were Irish pubs.
Yeah.
There was a few more.
Oh, McNamara's.
Yep. I used to play guitar there.
Nice.
And
That was the one on Church, right?
yep.
Yeah.
There was a couple, actually.
Yeah,
I think
there's
there was
one in Donaldson.
Mumbrian was the one I played on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But there was a couple of really great Irish bars around, and there were some private owned ones too. And they had, some of them had these nights, these Irish dancing nights.
Nice.
And anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to Old Nashville,
Hell yeah.
which was cool.
Go McNamara's.
Now there are gigantic condos where those things were with no parking.
Yeah.
So you can pay $100 million for a 500 square foot condo, but you can't park at it.
No.
Well,
even-
now you can get a Waymo. And
Yeah.
have it drive you into a wall.
Now you can get a Waymo. So anyway, any chance I get to shit on New Nashville, I'll take it.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
My favorite rando, and my favorite thing about this movie is that Miles Cayton, who played Sammy, had never acted before.
What?
Right. This was introducing
Wow.
him.
Yeah.
This was his first role ever.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He was so good.
And I love that vintage thing they did in the credits by saying introducing.
Yeah.
They don't always do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
And some of the study I did, they were having to make a decision. They're like, we either hire an actor that we have to teach how to play music, or we hire a musician that we have to teach how to act.
Honestly, I think that's the easier route.
Way
Yeah.
easier.
And
Yeah.
he is awesome.
You can't
Yeah.
get the soul of a musician if you don't play music.
Yeah.
That was actually okay. This is actually pretty funny. You remember the movie Miracle?
Yes.
The hockey movie from Disney.
No.
So it was about the 1980 Olympic hockey team.
Yeah.
Their entire audition process was first, let's see if these guys can skate, and then we'll audition their acting later. Because they were like,
Oh.
it'll be way easier
Way
to teach
easier.
someone how to act than to teach them how to skate like Olympic skaters.
Yeah, acting is easy.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
So-
sorry, actors. I know you love to pontificate.
Suck it, Leo.
There's nothing like getting interviewed and be like, "What is your process?" And you're like, "Well, first I solved climate change, and then I got a PETA membership, and then I acted."
I love that bit that Ian McKellen did with Ricky Gervais where they're like, how did you get in the care? He's like, well, it's crazy. I just pretended I was a wizard.
Yeah.
and I did the things I thought
Yes.
a wizard would do.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I said all the words on the paper they gave me.
They give you the lines. Did you know
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
And if you don't remember the lines, they'll say them to you. and then you just say it line by line until they have it all filmed.
Yeah. And then sometimes they ask me to do it again.
Yeah.
And we do it again.
And then you do it twice, and then you're good.
And then they pick the good one.
Yeah. Love you, Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
I know, you're amazing.
It's funny. Depending on what cycle of the lunar moon that we're on, I'm like, oh, I could totally just listen to people talk about how they act for an hour. But then, like, if I'm on a different part of the lunar cycle, which I don't even know what the lunar cycle is, I'm just using that. But if I start hearing some actor just pontificate, it's like, shut up!
Yeah.
Shut up!
You said the lines.
I know. A lot of them don't do interviews, though. The ones that I like, I feel like I never find interviews with them. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, because
They're just
there's
like,
still mystery.
They don't want to give it away. They're like, no, I just pretend.
You don't watch them hold each other's finger and say, I'm holding space for you.
Oh, God.
I'm holding space.
Well, maybe there's a
That's
correlation.
acting class.
Not now, helicopter!
Yeah. Maybe there's a correlation because Daniel Day-Lewis does very few interviews about it. He's very reclusive, but the few he has done, like I watched his Charlie Rose one after they did There Will Be Blood.
Oh.
What's amazing is that he can barely like explain anything that he does.
Yeah.
He's like, they ask him a question about his method acting. He's like, well, and he's Irish, you know. He's like, and like he'll talk for 40 minutes about one question, and I will get nothing from it.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can't even answer the question directly.
Well, that's why he's such a good actor, because he's empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's empty.
He's
Can't
a vessel.
Can't form a thought.
Yeah, exactly. I gave myself to the film. 2 + 2 is a mystery.
I became Abraham Lincoln for 6 months, and then now I'm not.
Which, I mean, I kind of love. That's why I like acting.
Yeah.
It's a break from being yourself. I'm like, oh my God, this is a dream job.
Literally.
They're paying me to not be myself.
It is true. We talked earlier about the heavy lifting that Michael B. Jordan, especially in the first half of this film, with the drama aspects of this. Some of the ways that he distinguished the twins was that he wore a different shoe size when he was playing each one.
It's always with the feet.
It is. It's always the feet.
I mean, that is a weird thing, though, is literally when you're playing different characters like that, how they walk is going to determine how the rest of you carries.
Yes.
So it actually makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
It all starts with the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wore a tighter shoe size for one because he wanted to be a little more party, a little more light on his feet. And then he wanted to wear heavier shoes for the other one, bigger shoes. So that he felt like he had a heavier walk, a heavier gait.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Different gold teeth. And he had different vocal registers, different wardrobes. And every single scene is filmed 4 to 5 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
So convincing. Like, obviously, it's clear they're both him, but he plays each one so differently and so well.
See, I don't even think it's clear that they're both him. The whole time I was like, I guess he just had a twin.
Yeah.
I'm like, Michael B. Jordan, and this is Michael C. Jordan.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Hell yes.
That was well done. I don't know if it's because I only have 2 hours of sleep or you're a comedian, but that that knocked me. That knocked me over. Michael C. Jordan, get the hell out of here.
Man.
We can stop. That's a high note. I don't think we need anything else.
Fuck the rest of the randos. Who gives a shit about the questions? Michael C. Jordan, that's where we end this.
Mariana Barksdale, ladies and gentlemen.
That makes me so happy because I love him in this movie.
And I'm so tired. Did you see my face for a second? I was kind of like,
I know,
it took me 14 seconds and I was like, ha 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 ha. Oh.
This is the slowest reaction all 3 of us have ever had to me.
That's how you know it's a good joke. It's like, oh yeah,
it had to burn there for a second.
Now I'm like crying.
Yeah.
It's my joke.
It went from to like that was good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Trust me, if
what
I was
is in the air?
If I had 5 more hours of sleep, I would have reacted
What's
instantly.
in these candles?
Yeah. Laughing
That
gas.
drug's burning.
Yeah. The juke joint, I already said this was built on Hurricane Katrina abandoned golf course.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy.
I mean, I love when you do that, though. You need a real physical space to be in that has the environment. It should feel a little dangerous. Yeah, there should be water moccasins around. There should be Crocs. Like, you should feel the danger of living in the swamps if you're going to shoot there. Like, fuck yeah.
Again, another soapbox I have. This is my weekly shit on my favorite director, Francis Ford Coppola minute. Again, they had the Philippines were very dangerous during Apocalypse Now, yet Ryan Coogler did this in 66 days.
Yes.
Francis, what is wrong with you?
It's almost like when you plan shit, it kind of goes according to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just land, smoke a joint, walk around with a revolver, and say, I'm going to kill myself if this doesn't go right.
That was kind of the crazy thing about the 54-hour film festival last weekend. So for those of you who don't know, there are 2 festivals, the 48 and 54-hour film festivals. With each one, you get that amount of time to pick a genre, write, shoot, and do all post-production for a 3 to 5 minute short film. For this one, we picked rom-com. And for the first time ever, we wrapped before it was dark outside. We wrapped at 5 o'clock. Half the other teams were going to like midnight.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wrapped super quickly.
Awesome.
The next day, post-production went super fast, and we got everything in. It was due by midnight. We got it in by 7:30.
That's awesome.
And just because we got there the day before, we had picked the genre, the guy was writing, we were looking around and just started setting the room. And we were like, how are we going to do this? We're going to shoot it here. We're going to shoot it here. Had a full plan walking in the next morning.
Yeah, Francis.
Plan your shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, something else I was thinking is maybe because of Francis Ford Coppola, that's why everybody plans now. They're like, we don't want everybody stuck in the Philippines.
Yeah.
He's the cautionary tale.
I mean, that happens quite a lot.
Yeah.
Or you plan your ass off and then Marlon Brando shows up to the set. You're like, oh, God.
Yeah.
New plan.
Yeah, new plan.
New plan.
He's going to go weep while he reads the newspaper for 4 days. He's like, actually, I should be this person from the newspaper. I don't want to be me anymore. I want to be this person from the newspaper. Who is Bin Laden? Marlon Brando. Man, this is my new thing. I make fun of I love Francis Ford Coppola, but if you listen to clips from this, you think I'd hate him.
Yeah.
But Marlon Brando is my new thing. I'm Marlon Brando.
That was such a good moment. I'm Marlon Brando.
I'm Marlon Brando. I'm gonna ruin your film and still make $20 million. You're gonna love this one because you and I have one thing in common: Alice in fucking Chains.
Oh my God.
Jerry Cantrell. You may not notice it, but has a song on here, and there's a song where Lars Ulrich from Metallica laid down the drums.
Oh, that's nice.
Coogler really pulled out the music for this one.
Yeah.
He really did. We got Buddy Guy,
Mhm.
who's a true blues man who I grew up loving and trying to emulate on guitar. Alice in Chains, Lars Ulrich, but there's blues, there's hip hop, there's soul.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a very cross-functional musical.
Well, let's
thing
just
here.
talk about Ludwig Göransson for a minute.
Yep.
Because holy shit.
Yep.
I am now convinced that man can take anything or at its base level is fine and elevate it to something incredible with his music. He's Nolan's go-to guy now since Hans Zimmer was busy with Dune. So Nolan brought him in. Ryan Coogler's been working with him since I think before Black Panther.
Yeah.
Like this dude has just gone above and beyond to do some of the best music that we've heard in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And
He's
he-
the new it guy.
Yeah.
And he did it for this. He actually went to the Delta. He went to the BB King Museum. Like he lived it, imbibed
nice.
it, took it all in.
Amazing. It shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I love when people do that. I love
Yeah.
immersive art.
He does such a good job at taking real instruments and seamlessly infusing just computer like sounds,
Yeah.
like the synthesizers and unnatural things, but somehow now they sound fully natural.
Yeah. And again, I still think like the first half of this film is equally great to the second.
100%.
And but you forget about it really quickly because once the juke joint stuff happens, you almost forget what happened
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the first half because
Yeah.
it takes on a totally. But the I was noticing on my rewatch today that the acoustic finger picking score that's under a lot of when they're driving through the cotton fields and like that is so underrated.
Yeah.
Because the second half is so loud. But the first half, like, there's this beautiful bluesy but finger-picked acoustic score that he picks for this, and it's wonderful.
So good.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Amazing. I love it.
It's perfect. The questions. It was hard to pick because there were so many. There's so much stuff on the Reddits about this.
I can imagine.
I just pulled my Arkansas. We call Walmarts the Krogers. I just said the Reddits. It sounds like the
tweeters.
It sounds like the second tier of Tourette's. The Reddits. I got the Reddits. So originally, Coogler conceived this as a low-budget, $5 million, 16mm film. Same story, same themes, but just much lower scale. Could have been better? Is it? What do you think? Or
Okay. I mean, there's this thing. You said 16mm film.
Yep.
Okay.
5 million.
The problem with 16mm, as fun as it can be, you lose so much resolution, and upscaling that stuff and rescanning it just gets so much harder and harder. Like there's a reason the go-to film stock of the golden age of film was 35mm because it was way easier to translate to other mediums later. Sticking with the 65mm, I think gave it the true sense of scale that you needed out of a movie like this to let those little moments breathe. Because it's kind of like any movie that's shot in Texas. The sky is the star of all of those movies. Hell or High Water, Sicario, like the setting is the true star of those movies. And I feel like being in the bayou of Louisiana, you kind of need that extra scale to be able to make it work. Yeah, it could have been a cool film, but I don't think it would have had the gravitas that this has.
Texas Chainsaw was 16 millimeter, right?
I think so. And even with as many of the rescans as it does, it just looks like dog shit today.
I think it's supposed to, though.
Maybe
it's like dog shit film used to film a dog shit landscape.
I mean,
right?
It's kind of like shooting on a Super 8 camera. Like, yeah, you could use it specifically for vibe. I don't think it would have translated well for this story.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it would have just been such a different movie.
Yeah.
I think it would have been really interesting, and I would have still watched it and loved it, but it would have been so not accepted the way it was.
Yeah. Sure.
And I do love when they just pour money on a movie and it just works. Like, I do love an expensive, beautiful, rich environment, and I feel like that's what came through with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what happened.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of have a mixed answer here. I like how it ended up.
Yeah.
I love the mixed use of the large film and also the IMAX. I think it's perfect. I do think, though, there's a world. I'm not saying this movie needs a sequel. I don't want a sequel. But there is some weird part of me that wants to explore this world more.
Yeah.
Like when it ended, I was like, I could live in this world more. There's enough.
Video game.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I can get down with that. Absolutely.
That actually would be killer.
You follow Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld like that.
And Michael C. Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes, and Michael C. Jordan.
Yeah. Which one survived? Michael B. or Michael C? Let us know in the comments.
And then Michael D. is a side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the alphabet.
Just a full basketball side quest of Michael D. Jordan.
Yes. Yes. But there's a world where like a short 16 millimeter short film works.
Yeah.
Like if we're just exploring this world more somehow, I would still love to take another stab at this world. I think it's weird. I don't want a sequel. I don't want a prequel, but I want more.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want. Maybe it's a 16 millimeter.
But I mean, that's the mark of a great movie. Is it leaves you not necessarily wanting more in like there wasn't enough, like wanting more and like, holy shit, we could do so much more with this.
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
Could be.
I could totally see
I
them
could
doing
see an
that.
HBO TV show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a short, like 6 episodes, maybe.
Nice little
45
miniseries.
minutes.
Yeah.
So this film had rave reviews across the board. I think it ended up with a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't give a shit about Rotten Tomatoes, but I agree with that score.
Yeah.
But The Guardian said something interesting. They said that this movie could have done just as well without the supernatural elements.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you would have gotten a completely different movie, but the vibe that it set, 100%.
Yeah. So do you think it could have survived as just a 1930s blues drama or without vampires, or
if they had replaced vampires with like the straight up KKK, I actually still would have enjoyed it thoroughly. That was actually something that I really appreciated out of this was how over the top the racial undertones could have gotten, and it never went there.
Very tame.
And in such a great, like you still got it. You saw the robes and you saw the references to the KKK and the guys coming in at the end. Like, yeah, I could have seen those guys who came in at the very end that Michael B. Jordan just absolutely annihilates with the machine guns. That could have replaced the straight up vampires. But I think this is a much more interesting story.
What do you think?
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
I like that they didn't go down that road necessarily, because like I feel like I don't like history.
Yeah.
I hate history. And that's like not good history too. It's, ugh. And being from Alabama, I'm always like, God, again with this. Jesus. So I love that they made vampires like the enemy, like the complete enemy. And I love when they had the girl that grew up with a Mary and she said, we are going to take over you. And then the woman, she was like, she said we?
Yeah.
And I thought that was such an interest. I love the layers of this movie. I could watch it 100 times.
Same.
Can we just say that this
tasty.
movie is the unofficial sequel to Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
I still haven't seen that.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I know. And I know it's your favorite one because I asked.
Yeah, it's my favorite alternate history.
Yeah.
It is so, it's perfectly balancing between ridiculous, historically accurate, and just all out fun.
That's funny.
It's so good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
probably where,
now I'm definitely gonna watch it.
You should.
probably
Yeah.
where
Oh my
It's
god.
on my list.
It's where DDL got all of his influence for how he
Oh,
portrayed
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Zoe Deschanel's dad was the director of photography on that one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
I
sense.
mean, that's you
yeah.
could say that for hundreds of films. Though.
Yeah.
That dude
Yeah.
basically was the founding father of modern day.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Caleb-
one of the
Caleb-
most prevalent cinematographers.
Wow,
Caleb
that's
Deschanel.
amazing.
Yeah.
I had
huge.
no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how she got into the business though. It's weird. I wonder.
Yeah.
Because she's hot.
Or
I mean, she's really talented.
She really is, though.
She stood out to me as like the weird friend in that rom-com a million years ago where I don't remember
Right.
who the main character was.
Yeah.
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 Where she was obsessed with this weird bird, and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoever she is, she should be famous.
I mean,
Yes,
she was
is.
great in Elf, great in Hitchhiker's
in
Guide
Elf.
to the Galaxy.
Yeah, everything
Yeah.
she's been in, I love.
She's a
Yeah.
nepo.
New Girl.
She's a nepo baby I can get down with.
Yeah. Some of them are
Kinda like
talented
Nick
for a
Cage.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, again.
Nick Cage
Yeah.
is
The whole
is the
family.
king of the nepo
I
babies.
mean,
Absolutely.
Jason Schwartzman is his cousin. Like they're all they're Coppolas, aren't
Yep.
they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So again, they're not all just nepo babies.
Yeah.
Mhm. You know, my similar answer to my first one is that I mean, maybe there's a version out there where this is the thing.
Yeah.
It explores that more. I don't know, and I want to be in this world again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to know how Sammy. I just want to keep
I
following
know.
his story.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
loved him so much, and the fact that this was his first movie,
So
and he
good.
was my favorite character.
Yeah.
He left dude from the opening beat when he's got the
Yeah.
gashes and he's talking to his dad, drop the guitar, like that whole thing. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I just want
He
to.
didn't say a single word, and he sold it.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to explore that world. So there is a world where there's a blues drama that lives in this world
Yeah.
without the
Yeah.
soup. And again, I agree with you. Perfect as is.
Perfect.
But if we could explore this concept, I would be down.
But don't
Yeah.
force it, Ryan. Let it come to you if it comes to you,
Yes.
but don't force it.
Somehow he created a really wide open world with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one thing I will say, and this isn't necessarily a negative. It just so happens that vampires, and I'd love your take on this because you're a pro here with the horror background, but like vampires of all like the horror characters, tropes are the easiest to insert into almost any context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Interview with the Vampire, remember that? Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, like
Love.
the beginning of it's modern in New York. They're driving down the Brooklyn Bridge, and then it jumps into the history of the vampire. Like you can just kind of stick vampires. Like they tried it with werewolves,
Mhm.
and it kind of works, but vampires are easy.
Yeah.
But that's my only thing here is that like, was there something else? Because he kind of just went with the easiest thing in a horror world to insert into this world.
Yeah.
You couldn't do werewolves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have made sense in this context. I do feel like there is a story within this world where werewolves could have worked.
Yeah.
Maybe something spiritual, but again, this story specifically was just too perfect.
I thought zombies was what it was going to be. Like we said, we didn't know what the trailers were
Yeah.
showing us. I thought, are those zombies?
Yeah.
You can't really tell.
Yeah.
But what do you think? You think vampires you can like toss into anywhere?
Yes. But I thought that
Twilight proved that.
Yeah. Twilight's amazing. But I thought that they were a metaphor for honestly like the KKK, like sucking people dry and like taking over everybody and like kind of being this covert, like, oh, we're good. We know we're just here to sing and we're just fine. And, like I thought it was supposed to be a mess. Like it was technically just another way to tell the story.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was only because I watched it twice and not like 7 times like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough time.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I don't know. It just felt like they were trying to say more with the vampires because of like their soul sucking. They're like, no, you're gonna be better. You're gonna be happier when you're with us.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be together. And maybe that wouldn't be the KKK, but it's a weird. I don't know.
Except our culture.
Yeah.
Except us.
Yeah. Assimilate.
Yeah.
Assimilate. Yeah.
I do kind of like the mild voodoo undertones that they put in
Yeah.
with the kind of background of because what are the actual creatures? Because I know vampires are like a subset of these creatures, but
Yeah.
I can't remember what
The haint.
The haint. Yeah.
So did y'all grow up with the word haint?
No.
Because this is what my mom would say if she like looked a mess.
I look like a haint?
She'd be like, can't go out looking like a haint.
Wow.
I would have thought that was just another word for like hussy.
I started freaking out when they started calling them haints. I was like, I thought this was just my mom that
Yeah.
said this. A haint.
Is
But
she
yeah.
from Louisiana,
Alabama.
Mississippi? Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a Southern thing.
Okay, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, like a
Southern
deep
mythology.
South kind of thing.
I like that they had Southern mythology in it because
Yeah.
that is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then the idea of bringing souls back from the dead through music is like a beautiful Southern concept.
Yeah.
Not that I know much about it.
Can you elaborate on these haints more?
Not really, honestly. I just knew the word growing up, but
Okay.
it's supposed to be like it's like a ghoul.
Yeah, from what I could tell from the movie's lore, it's like there's a whole plethora of these soul-sucking creatures that all fall under the haint kind of moniker, and then vampires are like a type of one.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Pokemon continuously evolve.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's kind of like, did y'all see it Cabin in the Woods?
Yes.
So you know how there's like, you pick like your monster that comes
Yeah.
out? It's kind of like, those are all haints.
Yeah.
And then you just pick your haint.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's my interpretation.
I just pulled it up. A haint vampire isn't a single standard creature in folklore. It's basically a mashup of two related ideas: Southern haints and classic vampires, usually used in a modern horror discussion.
See, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're close.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could be if you look a mess.
It does sound like something Jeff Foxworthy would toss into a bit.
Yeah.
It does. I've been thinking about doing. I just don't sound Southern enough to like pull it off. No one believes I'm from Alabama.
Yeah. I think we're similar. There's words that
Yeah.
if we don't watch it, like washer.
Water.
Yeah, it'll come out.
Turlet.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't say that.
There's one word I haven't been able to conquer, and that's woman. I put so much on that O.
Whoa.
I've tried, and my wife is a Yankee, and she calls it out. She said, "You said woman again." I'm like, "I'm trying."
Quiet woman.
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 Like I'll sound like I'm from Boston for 30 seconds, and I'll go woman. Yeah. So I think these next two questions are given the attention, given the hype, given the Oscar nominations. Could you say this is the greatest vampire movie ever?
Which, real quick, let's go through the list because it's 16 Oscars they've been nominated for.
Okay.
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor in a Leading Role with Michael B. Jordan, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Delroy Lindo, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, I'm going to butcher this, but Wunmi Mosaku, God, I hope I said that correctly, Original Screenplay, Cinematography, Costume Design, Editing, Makeup and Hairstyling, Score, Original Song, Production Design, Sound, VFX, and Best Casting, which is the new Oscar for the year.
Is that it?
Oh, wow.
16 Oscars. Again, like maybe writing, now that I'm looking at what they're actually nominated for, writing might be just the weakest one on there, and it's not even that bad, but
It's like a 7-page script
yeah.
for a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Instead of the chariot race, it just says the juke fight.
Yeah. Do you think it deserves to be in that discussion of greatest vampire film?
I do. I actually do. I can't say that it's the best because as far as horror goes, vampires are probably one of my weaker entries into horror. But this, because it didn't feel over the top, it never felt cartoony. It felt like a very grounded movie that vampires just happened to be in. Like those are the best horror movies, are the ones that you feel like it's real life and then something turns and is off. And that's why you're scared, is because you're like, shit, this is real life with this crazy thing happening. Like, what are we doing? So, yeah, I kind of think it should.
Yeah.
I liked this more than I liked Nosferatu from Robert Eggers, which I love that movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think it's in the discussion, but
Yeah.
I do not rank or list I group favorites. I do not rank movies, especially horror movies. They're like children. And I don't pick my favorite children.
Like Children of the Corn?
Yes, exactly like Children of the Corn. Okay, you don't rank your favorite Children's of the Corns.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely deserves to be in the discussion.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be one of my rewatches for the rest of my life.
Sure.
Same.
Yeah. And this is a big one. My husband even sat down and watched it with me, and he does not do that.
Whoa,
Oh, nice.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah, Mr. Brown does not. I know, because he doesn't have the same last name as me. But
Mr. Brown, Barksdale Brown, man. Yes.
Yeah,
Brownsdale.
that's the cat. But he sat down and like couldn't take his eyes off the screen.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that's the mark of a great movie.
It is
100%.
engrossing,
Yeah.
and it sucks you in immediately.
Yep.
It literally, and you just can't get out of it.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be a film person to appreciate that,
Yeah.
which I think is what.
You don't have to be a vampire person to appreciate that.
or a
Yeah.
horror person,
Or a haint.
Yeah, or a haint.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to look a mess to enjoy this movie.
I know, even though I do today.
I struggled with this because my favorite vampire movie Call me crazy. I know it's cheesy.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
Lost Boys is not. It's in my top 50. It's super 80s. It's ultimate 80s. It's Kiefer Sutherland with a mullet. It's just so 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Winters from Bill and Ted's in it. Like, it's great. It is great.
We'll do it at some point, I'm sure.
But it's so different than this, and it kind of goes back to my comment earlier. Like, vampires you can make a movie about the NBA, a chef. You know, you can make a movie about, like a guy that like loses his ice cream truck, and you could throw a vampire in any of those. And Coogler is showing us that you can take a Delta blues drama and then turn it into a horror. And I think, given the first hour, which I keep going back to, the first hour of this film is just so underrated because the second one kind of like takes over so hard. But this movie is so complete, and I think it's definitely in that discussion. I think it deserves to be in that. And I'm waiting to watch Nosferatu, the new one, until we cover it, because I want to be
Yeah.
But I don't have that comparison, but I do have Bram Stoker's Dracula. I have Lost Boys. I have Interview with a Vampire. And I hate to say it, as much as I love Lost Boys, I mean, this one kicks that one out of the park, although they're two different things.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, this has to be in the discussion for sure. Last question before the closer. Does it deserve 16 Oscar nominations?
I think it does.
Yeah.
I actually think it does.
Because of the year or because of the film?
Because of the film. Because I just read that list. I can't think of a single one that it didn't deserve to at least be recognized for.
Yeah.
Does it deserve 16 wins? Probably not necessarily. But again, I haven't seen most of the ones that it's up against, so I can't do a direct comparison. But in its own bubble, yes, it at the very least has deserved every one that it's been nominated for.
Yeah.
Let's just do a quick. I'm just going off actors in a leading role here. Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, which you couldn't finish.
Yeah.
Blue Moon, Sinners, and The Secret Agent.
I haven't heard of any of those other ones.
Marty Supreme, Chalamet was fine. It was okay, but it's there's no reason a fucking ping pong movie should be in the Oscar discussion.
Nobody's reaction to that movie has made me want to watch it.
It's stressful as fuck. Like, I'm not mad that I watched it, but I also doubt I will ever watch it again.
I'm gonna watch it at some point whenever it's like streaming somewhere, but like nobody has given me a good reason to watch that. Everyone wanted to watch Sinners.
I will give you two good reasons to watch Marty Supreme.
Okay.
One, Penn Jillette plays an amazing character in it, and it's crazy that it's him playing this guy.
Okay.
Two, you get to watch Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary actually spank Timothy Chalamet with a ping pong paddle.
Okay.
Cute.
There you go.
There's a lot of people.
Bare ass
There's
spankings.
reasons. I was gonna watch it anyway, but that gives me a real reason.
I know a lot of women that would hit rewind on that one.
I love Shark Tank.
Here local. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love Shark Tank. Oh my God. That's all I will watch if I'm at a hotel.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll freak out. I'll be like, I have to get back at 9. It starts at 9.
The tank is on.
The tank's on.
You know what's always on in hotels? It doesn't matter when I land to get in my hotel. If it's the morning, night, 48 hours.
Yeah, it is.
The
There's
one-
a channel for it.
You know 48 hours? It's a
No.
show where like it's a real show where homicide detectives, they basically say if you can't find a suspect in the first 48 hours, you're not going to solve the case.
Oh, yeah.
And it's always on. If I turn on a TV in a hotel, 48 hours comes on.
It's because Cops got canceled.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Bad boys. Funny story. My dad was an undercover narcotics officer, and he would get wasted and take pills and scream at the show Cops because he thought, these are his words, not mine. I respect the boys in blue, but he would call them pussies because he literally pretended to be a drug dealer with the worst people on the planet. He thought fat guys that pulled people over for a living were pussies. He'd be like, yeah, that's real dangerous. And he would take a drink out of a whiskey. Like, yeah, that's real dangerous. Do what I do.
Look at that pussy.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Another.
I feel like I've never had a real job, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real job.
Yeah. You know how fast you were going? Ah! That's real dangerous.
Okay, on drugs, Tim Allen.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great episode.
This is my favorite episode. We shouldn't even do the next one.
Sometimes there are podcasts where like you're enjoying it while you're doing it. Usually I only enjoy them after because I'm in the heat of the battle.
Yeah.
But now I'm enjoying this. All right, the closer, which this is going to be a tough one. Who or what won it for you, or who or what lost Sinners for you?
I mean, there's a lot that won it for me. I'm going to pick the cinematography, especially that won this for me. It is immaculate. I forget her name, but I think she's the first woman to be nominated for Best Cinematography. Absolutely deserves it. It is beautiful. It is stunning. The moment at the end where the sun is slowly coming up and you just see it in the background, but it's never the focus, and then everyone starts catching on fire. Fucking perfectly set up, perfectly executed. Oh my God. The only thing, there are two very minor things that lost it for me. I talked about it earlier, but the scene where it's like all the generations came together. It again, I got what he was trying to do with it. It didn't work for me. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't my thing. I think in a different context, it could have worked a little bit better, but it is what it is. But actually, I thought the second half of the movie was a little too slow.
It had moments.
It was slower than the first half, and I think
agreed.
You could have cut maybe 10 minutes out of it, and it would have been a perfect movie.
Which is kind of weird because the first half is so dialogue heavy.
Yeah, but it carried better for me for some reason.
I agree.
So those are really the only two things that lost it for me. Not enough for me to really be taken out of the movie for more than about 30 to 45 seconds. But yeah, because like by itself, that one shot scene of all the generations, it's a perfect shot. It is a perfect scene. But in context of the rest of the movie, it just kind of was like, oh, that's okay. Suddenly there's an electric guitar, and then oh, we got DJs. Okay, I don't know. It didn't execute perfectly for me, but I get why it was there.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh man, you said cinematography. I almost want to go with costumes.
Do it.
Because the costumes were so on point, especially the hats. Michael B. Jordan and Michael C. Jordan's hats. They're just perfect. And they're in the color and the everything about them. It's just so like, it's just like eating cake.
Oh, yeah.
It's so gorgeous. I cannot get over it. It was so visually rich. I just can't. I
think they pulled off summer elegance really well.
Yeah.
Very thin materials for a lot of the dresses, but it still looked very elegant.
It was so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's just everything was tailored perfectly. And like, because I have a fashion design background, I just appreciated that so much. So I just thought every character was just absolutely dressed perfectly.
Yeah.
And nothing. I cannot think of anything. I mean, the first hour is depressing, but like that's horror for you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little sad.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's very perfect. I really don't have a lot of criticism for it.
Yeah.
Man, I had a hard time because there's so much I love about it.
Yeah.
If I could say nail everything I love about it is it's so layered.
Yeah.
What I learned about it the second rewatch was that it's a different film the second time.
Yeah.
After you watch it, you learn the film and then you start to see more stuff.
Totally.
Stuff stuck out. Like one of the scenes that stuck out to me the most in the first half that kind of I just watched the first one was when he's teaching the girl how to negotiate.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that moment.
Such a powerful scene.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
Yes, and the reason why, and we talk about these moments on the podcast a lot, that didn't have to be in that script.
No.
It has nothing to do with vampires.
No.
It really has nothing to do with where they came from. It's literally like all of a sudden you see yes, they're criminals and they have this really crazy backstory, but they're investing in giving back and loving the community.
They have a code of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of historical accuracy here. Like even the Chinese shop owners.
Yeah.
Like I dug into it, after slavery ended, they started to bring, and we can say ended in quotation marks, they brought in a lot of Chinese Americans. All of a sudden, they're like, oh, we need cheap labor.
Yeah.
And so they started bringing, Chinese folks in, and they started bringing people from Asian countries in to do labor.
I mean, very famously, a lot of Chinese immigrants worked on the railroads, building the railroads across the country.
But they ended up owning a lot of shops.
Yeah.
So they worked out of the system and started, and the shop owners represent that real historical thing.
Yeah.
So Coogler dug deep here.
Oh, 100%.
And so the second part of what I love about it is, as much as this is a horror movie, it's almost just as much of a historical period piece that I love. You could split these into two different movies.
Literally.
And they would be both 10s out of 10.
Yeah.
So what I didn't dig, I agree with you a little bit, maybe less so, but there are definitely a couple of moments that are slow compared to the first, which is crazy because the second half is so action-packed compared to the first. But it does have a few slower moments. I don't feel as much momentum as I do the first half.
Yeah.
And this isn't necessarily negative. Again, I'm just like vampires. Vampires are I'm trying to think of a food that you can put on anything. You know what I mean? Like
peanut
chicken?
butter.
It's the peanut butter, right? You can put vampires anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, was there or is there another formula out there. It doesn't necessarily make it bad. It's just vampires go on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but
You're not wrong.
yeah, but
The garlic.
yeah.
Oh my god!
There we go.
Oh my god! It's garlic. I put garlic in everything.
But anyway, that's picking nits. That's just nothing. Yeah. So
I mean, even my criticisms are very nitpicky.
I know y'all are being so nitpicky.
I know. You gotta dig.
I know.
You
I gotta
gotta
answer the questions.
I know.
Gotta really sink your teeth into it. Haints. I just had a 2-hour sleep stroke on a microphone.
A stroke.
I can't believe I have to record another one after this. It's going to be great. You two are going to be taking over.
I know. No, I'm not.
Yeah?
I have nothing to say about the next one.
Mariana Wars comes to life. All right, Warzone outro scorecards. Remember, we do cast, directing, writing, and then film composition, which is, wow, I'm sleepy, but I remember that.
You did.
Which is everything else, the editing, the music, the visuals, the cinematography, all the other things, stunt work.
Yeah.
Want to kick us off?
Absolutely. Acting. Absolute yes. Like, not a single person brought a bad performance to this. The fact that Sammy, this is his first acting role ever, just absolutely crushed it. Which, again, so that's my yes. That leads me to directing, which I thoroughly believe you have a good enough director. It doesn't matter if anyone has any acting experience. They will get a good performance out of you. So Ryan Coogler fucking crushed it. It's early in his career, but I could see this being considered his masterpiece. This is a wholly original idea, no adaptations, no extra IP, no nothing. He just pulled this completely out of his brain, and it is beautiful. Which also leads me to writing. Yeah, a couple of moments could have been tamed in a little bit, could have been a tiny bit shorter, but otherwise, the story was beautifully simple to carry everything that happened and all of the extra action and all of the vampire stuff. So it's a yes on writing for me. Film composition. Cinematography, perfect. Music, perfect. Set design, costume design, makeup, hair, everything, absolutely perfect. I have no real complaints about this movie, so it's 4 yeses for me.
Booyah.
Yeah. Acting, wow. Again, nothing too bad to say. Also, I love giving a shot to somebody who's not an actor in this scale of a movie. I wish more people would do that and find like these not Nepo baby kind of new people to be in movies, because he just slam dunked this.
Yeah.
Like, he has a real career ahead of him if he wants it.
Yeah.
He's also an amazing musician. Writing, perfect. All 4 pages of the script are perfect. It's like, I mean, you know, there's more visuals than there are words, and I love that. That's my favorite kind of movie. But what's the third one?
Writing.
Writing. Or directing.
Directing.
Oh, sorry.
I can't even, like, it's so seamless. it almost feels like you're just watching something happen.
Yeah.
I have no words to describe how well this is directed. It's just an accurate thing that there were vampires in the past, and we happened to find this film, and now we're all watching it. You know, it was shot in the 30s. Wild, there were vampires there. That's how I feel about the directing.
Put them everywhere.
Yeah. Put them on everything. Sprinkle them on everything.
Yeah.
And then composition, 100 out of 100.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say about this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I know. I can't say much different. I mean, Miles Cayton, huge shout out. I can't wait to see other things with him in it. Huge shout out to Coogler for giving him a shot. Fantastic. I think Michael B. Jordan puts his hat in the ring as one of the greatest actors. Like you said, there's a lot more to see. I think there have been some roles and I'm like, but for the most part, I'm like, this guy's making a case.
Yeah. So
he should get some serious consideration for that. As far as cast goes, I mean, everyone is just knocking it out. There's not one weak link here. Even the guy that plays Hogwood. Yeah. I love that. Like the sleazy, probably a KKK guy, which you find out later is actually.
I know.
Yeah. Which usually, because I'm Southern, and I don't know if you feel this too. Like I feel like I get a little like when they play like the fell off the turnip truck guy a little too hard, but he was legit.
No, he was very, very like naturally feeling.
Yeah, very authentic. Totally.
Yeah. As far as directing goes, I mean, just great decisions across the board. I love it. There are a couple slow moments in the second half, but it's not enough to not just give it a slam and hell yeah.
Yeah.
Writing, absolutely fantastic. And some of the moments I talked about earlier, like with teaching the girl how to negotiate.
Yeah.
There's just stuff in there that didn't have to be in there that ended up elevating the film so hard. Especially the part when he visits the grave of his child.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was a nuanced moment which anchored them in like these people have experienced a difficult life.
Yeah.
Slavery, World War I, going to work for Al Capone. You know, it's just like there's just been one battle after another. And as confident as Smoke and Stack are, and as charismatic and as confident as they are, there are moments where you see into their past and see they are hardened.
Yeah.
And they've been made hard by other things, and like there are vulnerabilities. And I love those little human moments, and I think Coogler gets a huge shout out for that, or the writing for that as well. And film composition, I know I was giving shit to James Cameron for all those crossfades on Titanic. There was one crossfade in particular on this movie that I thought was so perfect.
Yeah.
And no one would notice it if you weren't allergic to crossfades like I am, bad crossfades. But it was early in the film. I think it's at like the 25-minute mark when it goes from the downtown scene and they're back on the farm.
Mhm.
It was just perfect. I don't know why, but just some of there wasn't cross dissolves throughout the entire film, but there was just a few.
Yeah.
And they all just felt really good. Because you can, for those that don't know in editing, like you can make a cross dissolve as long as you freaking want to. You can make it a 7-second, a 2. And it just was the perfect fade in back to the car moving along the cotton fields. And it was just so well done. The editing was great. The scenes get enough time to breathe. The music, Jerry Cantrell, baby. My favorite band, Alice in Chains. There's just so much. I could go on, but the editing especially is fantastic. The color, very vibrant.
That's that 65 millimeter film.
Super vibrant.
God.
Love
the blood, so bloody.
It's bloody. Yeah, and like I said, it's like the fact that the editor had to like say, there's kind of 2 movies here that we're putting together and make it seamless. Love it. So anyway, I can go on. It's 4 hell yeahs. Great movie. I want more in this universe. I don't want a sequel, but for some reason I want to live in it again.
Yeah.
Like I want to experience it in a new way. So I don't know what that means, but
very rewatchable at the very least.
Let's see what it does at the Oscars. 16 noms. And you said you predict 6?
At least 6.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, you'll see my edited and reaction before at the beginning of the episode.
I predict like 10.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's just mainly because I haven't heard of most of the other movies.
Yeah.
If this ties Ben-Hur, Titanic, Return of the King, I won't be mad about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be great.
Yeah, because that's 11. So if
And
it ties
it's
those,
the first horror that's ever been considered.
Yeah.
Like that to me is so special. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
And I don't make predictions because I think the Oscars are the IRS of the filmmaking world.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. It's I despise it. There was a time where it meant something and now it means nothing. I'm glad Sinners get because it deserves it, but I mean, what does it even mean to get an Oscar anymore?
I call it the bummers.
The bummers, yes.
Because it's like everything that's nominated and wins is such a bummer usually. Unless it's like Sinners and then you're like, oh, well, this is perfect.
Yeah.
This is the one.
I think I've discovered there's a correlation, like, because there are people that I've watched the Oscars with, they just like watching award shows, but they don't even like movies. Yeah. They just like award shows. The more time you have to spend explaining what the Oscar movie is about, the worse it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's a girl and a fish, and she sleeps with the fish, and
in a hospital.
And then she becomes a fish, but then they both become people at the end.
And then
in a hospital.
And then Joe Pesci goes fishing and catches them and puts them. Okay. 2 hours of sleep. Anyway, so the more, if you don't like movies, but you're finding yourself watching the Oscars with someone, they'll just time them. If it gets past like the 8-second mark, it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's a bad Oscar movie. Anyway, I'm a bad Oscar movie because I had 2 hours of sleep. I'm Kyle.
I'm Seth.
I'm Mariana.
See you next week.
Love y'all.
Movie Wars.